Well, hello there. My name is Brian Needleman, and it's been a little while since I made one of my impromptu videos, so bear with me. It's been a very long day. I think I saw 7 people today, and even though I'm improved, I'm still dealing with some long term COVID stuff, so my energy level is not quite where it needs to be yet. And I even wrote a report for a teenager needing services. But I wanted to first say Happy Hanukkah to those that celebrate. Um, and to those who don't celebrate, I wish you a happy holiday season. And hopefully stick around and watch the video because maybe there's something that I say that might be helpful for you in the during this holiday season. So let me start with a little show and tell here. Um, the menorah on the far right was I got that when I was very very poor. I had a rough time a few years ago, several years ago, I would say, and I wandered into a synagogue and asked the lady behind the counter, "Do you have any menorahs that you don't need? Maybe an old one, a broken one, something that you can't sell, maybe one I could borrow." And I suppose I was just looking for hope, just to be able to light the candles. I didn't maybe know it at the time, but I was looking for something that would maybe ignite the drive of my human spirit. And I was told, I think rather curtly and coolly, I would say, no, we don't have anything for you. We don't, this isn't tzedakah, charity. We don't give away menorahs. You have to purchase one. And I remember in that moment feeling very, very ashamed that I, at the time, was 30 years old and I was broke and was asking for help. And then when she disappeared, she went to some other part of the synagogue, and this old woman reappeared out of nowhere. And she said to me, she came up to me with this menorah here, the first one. And she said, just handed me the box, and she said, "You go ahead and light your candles, young man. You know, if you're just wanting to light your candles so that you can feel better, and hopefully it'll bring you some peace." And I said, "I can't afford to pay for this menorah right now. I promise I will pay you back." And she said, "No, it's my gift to you." Now, I don't know if she actually purchased it for me or whether she just gave me the 5 finger discount. But regardless, I was incredibly grateful. Um, and I think in that moment, I realized something, that sometimes people can be, on one hand, very, very cold and not very nice. And other times, people can be incredibly compassionate and kind. And I think this is a time of year that we really need to focus on the fact that we've we've all gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of crap, and we've experienced a lot of unkind people, a lot of bad things. But there's also people in the world that are incredibly kind and have good hearts. And what that old woman taught me was that she taught me compassion, but also taught me that hope is possible. And with hope, you can find the drive of the human spirit, which I deem as something that is inside me that helps me overcome what I would call insurmountable odds to be able to get from surviving to thriving, or close to thriving, I would say. And it taught me that, she also taught me that hope can help to bring out the best in you. And we all need to be able to feel like we can touch that place inside us that is the best of us. Because when we feel like we're the best of us, we can then be kind to other people. So we can be reminded of the tough times with the first menorah, and we can be reminded of the second time, the latter time when things are a little bit better. So, what is Hanukkah all about? Now, I get it. We light the candles because we commemorate the temple. That there was only enough refined olive oil to last a few hours, and it wound up lasting the miracle of 8 days. Now, I got into an argument with my Hebrew teacher and said, is it possible that somebody had a stash of unrefined olive oil and it actually really kept the first temple lit? She wasn't too happy with my explanation. But Hanukkah, to me, the real deeper miracle is the survival of the Jewish people. The Maccabees were we might call them a rebel group or a small army, and the Israelites, and they defeated a massive army of the Assyrians. And there was no logical way that if you were to see the two sides before the battles began, that there was no way that the little Jewish army would beat the Assyrians. And they did. Now, why was that? Well, they were fierce fighters, but they had something in them that the Assyrians didn't, and that was the drive of their human spirit, that their desire to live and survive was stronger than dying and perishing. And that, I think, is the real miracle, when they somehow could reach deep down inside themselves and overcome the most insurmountable of odds. And I think what's happening in Israel now, it just breaks my heart with Hamas just being evil, and they have a desire to eliminate Israel and destroy all the Jews. And the one thing about the Jewish people is that we are one tough, fierce group of people, that we don't give up. The first temple was there 2,500 years before the Dome of the Rock. And this isn't being unsympathetic to the Palestinians that are in Gaza. But this is also about surviving hate. And all of us have to deal with, in our own way, surviving hateful people. And how do you survive hate? You don't become hateful. You ignite the drive of your human spirit, however you do that, and you bring out the best in yourself. And you be better than the people that are hating you. And you fight back where you can. And you don't give up. It's been a rough year for myself, having dealing with long-term COVID and whatnot. And there were many times I felt like giving up. Well, I'm still here, and I'm still going forward. I'm not exactly where I want to be yet, but I'm markedly improved. And I feel hopeful. So it's not so much what I said. I might have been kind of all over the place, but hopefully you got something from this message. That not to give up on yourselves. Not to give up on that there is the best place inside you is there. And I hope that everyone finds whatever they need inside themselves and the love and support to overcome the most insurmountable of odds and go from surviving to living and all that. So I wish everyone shalom, which in Hebrew means hello and peace. And take care. And have a good night. Bye-bye.